Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching a live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use, like an answer to the question, Chris, are you going to cover anything other than Apple today? And the answer is no, because I'm broadcasting this live during the Apple announcements, as I've done before in the past. You might remember the last time I did something like this, where I streamed announcements from a major company. It was Google, and I had my face painted like an android. And many people thought I was Shrek. I was debating whether or not I should paint my face like the classic OS X or Mac Finder, like, you know, the blue face. Dad, you know the blue face? Dad's joining me in the background. He's my peanut gallery. He's going to be asking questions throughout this broadcast, I assume.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have questions.
So I will do my best to listen to the stream, talk to you, respond to Dad, all at the same time. And hopefully my wife Diana will not be going into labor during this broadcast, because it is possible that this could very well happen during the live broadcast. I decided not to paint my face like the Mac Finder window, primarily because I didn't want to have people think that I was a Smurf. That's really why I decided against that. So I'm glad everybody who's watching live is able to watch live. This particular live broadcast will be saved for posterity, although I don't expect many people will watch it after the live broadcast. Many people are watching social, specifically Twitter, where even Apple is engaging today. I'm very surprised to see that. This is the first keynote of sorts, although it's more than a keynote, just Apple event in general, where Apple has basically embraced Twitter. I mean, they got a hashtag you can follow, Apple Live, and a lot of celebrities are tweeting, and to this point, some fashion brands are even tweeting. So I really expect more than anything, not just an announcement for the next iPhone, but also likely something that would be more in the lines of fashion. And let's face it, phones, while we carry them around, aren't necessarily fashion statements as much as you might think traditional fashion might be. So, without any further ado, let me go ahead and first thank the 925 super nomies behind me. You can become one of the super nomies. Everyone's my nomie if you're watching and you're a part of this community. Let me just say, what's up, my nomies? Super nomies help make broadcasts like this possible. It was to happen that I wasn't going to be doing this broadcast, and because Diana did not give birth over the past week, I had to basically stall plans to travel on, and that would have allowed me to or I guess would have made it such that I couldn't be a part of this live announcements thing on YouTube the way I'm doing it now. I would have been traveling instead. So I'm glad and disappointed at the same time. I lost a little bit of business, but Diana hasn't given birth yet. I'm able to participate with you in, you know, watching what's going on with people commenting right now on the live stream. Early bird, yes, Craig Blackwood, I am. By the way, you should have just received your free push notification by way of the LockerGnome app, available for free on iOS and Android. I have every intention on switching platforms, so if you've tried the LockerGnome app, it may start to look different over the next few months, possibly in January. It's a few months away, but I'm waiting for a bit more features to be released on a new platform for our community of nomies out there. That's right, you're all my nomies. And the super nomies. By the way, if you don't see your name here, and it needs to be there if you get the credit for that patron level pledge, because that's what, you know, patrons, super nomies, let me know. This will be updated, I believe, on the 10th, so possibly, is that Thursday? Tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Okay. So this will be updated tomorrow in terms of the list of names to give credit for. For those wondering, no, the Apple stream has not started, at least in relation to the announcements. I'll be putting my headphones on as soon as that does happen. They're just kind of showing things that are happening in the people are kind of filing in, which, you know, looks to be going well enough. I mean, it's an auditorium filled with geeks and nerds and fashion icons. I don't know if, are there any fashion icon geeks and nerds? Suppose you can be a fashion geek. That's okay. See, I'm the kind of person that believes, and I've always believed, that you can be a geek about anything. Geek isn't just about loving things that are, you know, kind of a part of sci-fi or tech or anything that would be considered traditional. I think geek is a general term for people who are passionate about the things that they're passionate about. I've said that for a number of years, as a matter of fact. So I consider anybody who gets really, 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 really passionate about one particular thing, I consider them a geek or a nerd about that one particular thing. I would never suggest otherwise. And I've kind of admonished people for claiming, oh, geek is only about technology. No, I hate to tell you that, but it isn't. So your name could very well be there. Let me go ahead and now kick in the screensaver, which I should say, even though I know 15 million people, that's hyperbole, by the way, 15 million people will ask me what screensaver I'm running. This is Electric Sheep. It's cross-platform. You can download it right now. And, let's see, I'm kind of tired. I was up early. Oh, sorry, I just made 200 people yawn. Sorry about that. Now, if you're tuning in here because you're expecting that I'm broadcasting the live stream from Apple, that's not happening. If you want to watch Apple's live stream, you can and you should at apple.com. That, of course, is free. So if you're paying to stream Apple's stream, you went to the wrong place. Just go to apple.com. They've been redirecting to the live page for the past day or so. And so the countdown is pretty much gone. We are now almost live with the beginning of the announcements. We're about 5 minutes away from beginning. Smitting Fatty says you should put the broadcast up in the corner so we don't have to have two different pages open. That's bad. That's wrong. That's actually a horrible idea. Well, you might be able to. You can do that. I can't because I'm not Apple. I do not have the rights to rebroadcast. Anybody who rebroadcasts something that somebody else has the rights for can get in big trouble. I'm not going to get in big trouble. For you, for me, for anybody. That's just not my thing. I don't want to get in trouble. Not what I want to do. Let's see here. Next question. I'm Markovic, 1995. Anyone have a link to the Apple stream? Apple.com. They're redirecting it. It doesn't get any... I hope that was sarcasm. Seriously, because it's like, it's so simple. People tuning in from Canada. Oh, can you should be able to get... this is going to be like... It's got to be a worldwide stream. Silva, pardon, I can barely see the text on the screen there, says, even better now that Chris has started the live stream, imagine Diana entering the room screaming for Chris. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm hoping the birth happens today. I really am. But at the same time, I asked Diana to kindly, very politely, I asked her if she could just hold off on any contractions until afternoon. That would be great for me, personally. Please place your phones in silent mode. We do not want it. You can have your phones turned up as loud as you want. I don't care. I'm just here because I enjoy being here. It's fun. This is like, for me, this is as exciting as doing the Google announcements. It's almost as exciting as watching when anytime Microsoft announces something, or Amazon, or any big company, really. Just because most of these events are focused on the consumer. So... I've already posted my thoughts on what I expect Apple to announce. I kind of wish I had a personal soundtrack in the background so that this wasn't so boring for people tuned in to my voice as they're watching Apple's live stream in the background. Or maybe the foreground. Maybe I'm in the background. Spider Pig Doe, or should I say Spider Pig Doe, says, hey, can you remind me what headphones you recommend there? Wireless and also wired. These are the Jabra Revo headphones. go.tagjag.com/REVO. I've been wearing them for a number of years. And then, I guess, a few months ago, one of the big tech blog review product whatever sites claimed that these were one of the best headphones you can get. I'm like, well, yeah, because I've been using them for a few years. I doubt they watched my channel or took my recommendation, but I'm just saying that sometimes I get things that, other people tend to also like eventually. Too bad only people on Apple devices can run the stream on their website, says Geek Intel. Really? Hang on. I got a Chromebook in front of me. Yeah, I'm testing that theory. If I can type in apple.com correctly.
I got it.
Well, yeah, but you're on an iOS device, so... I'm on a Chromebook. Oh, apparently, the Chromebook says it doesn't support the live stream. But you can follow the tweets below. Ouch. God, I thought they would have done better than that, but it's Apple. Sorry about that. I don't know. I don't have a Windows machine in front of me booted up right now, so I can't say that that'll work.
Will it automatically put that in there then, like at the
Let me see it.
one?
Yeah, the tweets on... Dad's looking at the Apple page, the Apple Live page, and the tweets should auto-load on Apple's site. Although I'm not sure if I'm going to be following a lot of them, because it seems that they're right now they're just tweeting like celebrities and big brands,
there's a bunch of,
photos.
like,
Yeah,
they're
those are
sitting
tweets.
and all that.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, I think it's great that they did that. It really it works very well on the iPad. I can tell you that much right now.
Well, they should have really included whatever this difficulty was over here. They should have included that.
Well, I agree. Are you saying that Apple should have been inclusive to a competing brand?
Sure.
Well, why would they?
Well,
I mean, I understand what you're
they
saying,
wanna
but
win
why?
them over.
But what better way to win them over? Apple doesn't make money by selling products on Google's platform.
Yeah, I know.
Apple makes money selling products for Apple's platform. Now, Google, on the other hand, would have been stupid not to have iOS enabled. I'm not saying you're wrong,
Yeah.
but Google's a different player. You know, Google's a horizontal player. Apple's a vertical player. Completely different. Completely different. Here we go. I think we're about ready. Oh, Apple special event. Play live. I'm getting, like, color bars here. Boy, it's kind of choking on me here. I don't know if everybody else is having the same issues, but I think they're having an issue potentially with the switchover. Or at least I am. There we go. I just refreshed the page. Still have music, color bars, Apple special event, Flint Center. Oh, they even have a schedule. Interesting.
Yeah, I can't watch it.
Look at that. It's the
Besides, I have
pre-schedule.
the noise.
New music coming in, fading in. That I know of. Hang on, is that... Yeah, okay. It's strange. They've got 2 bits of music playing. It's like the live stream started, but it's like the...
Background
Yeah,
music?
the background music is kind of being run over the preview. So the preview hasn't switched to live yet. I'd love to show everybody... Just imagine color bars and a whole bunch of text on the screen. That's basically what we see. Yeah, see... Lafa Rumor says... Or, I'm sorry. Lafa Namor says, is the live stream on a test picture? It is. It is for me. Let me hit refresh again. Let's see if we have the same thing. Someone's going to get fired, I feel, here in a second. Because we all see the color bars. I can show you a little preview of it. Yeah, this is all everybody sees. According to a couple of live blogs and tweets, a video has apparently come up, so people in the auditorium can see something that we can't. For those who have always seen things differently, we're watching... Or they, on site, are watching something, but we have not yet picked up the stream. Ian Clay says, rule number 1, Joe isn't allowed to comment. He can comment. That makes this live stream different. He's the everyman. He's like probably more the demographic that is going to be interesting, or interested in what Apple's going to announce. Not just interesting, Dad. I wasn't saying you're not interesting. I'm just... from a live blog, a quote from a slide, you value the first thing that actually matters. Unfortunately, even in refreshing, I'm still seeing the color bars here. I'm sure Twitter's going nuts with this right now. Are they?
I don't know. I can't.
Well, hang on. I'm sure Twitter's exploding. I've got a million things loading in my timeline. Yeah. Bar, Slate, and Tone, is that a band? What is Apple telling us? Yo, Tim Cook, turn off Yosemite for a second. Yeah, it looks like the entire world is seeing color bars. Someone is so fired. Okay, you hear it first. Apple is launching color bars. Apple is launching color bars. Oh my god, oh my god. Apple is launching color... Wait, I should do I color bars. Hang on, you guys got to retweet this. What is it? Hashtag Apple Live, isn't it? Apple Live.
Very nice.
Okay, Apple is launching iColor bars. Oh, now they switched over. Just as soon as I tweet that. Look, could not load movie. Boy, we're running into all sorts of hiccups. I'm glad it's not just me. At least I hope it's not just me. There we go. A better way, a bigger way. The video's interlaced. That's awesome. God, I thought I sucked at live streams. Not a $1 billion company. Hell, I'd settle for $1 million company. So it's a whole bunch of making the people feel good about where they are. See how many retweets I got on that 47 seconds ago. 27, wait, look at that. 30 retweets. That's because everybody watching, they just retweeted, I bet. Tim Cook is apparently taking the stage. Live stream should work. Everyone's applauding. We have Dad applaud. Otherwise, you can't get an iPhone. That's the way they know. They can see in the iPad. They can see what you're doing. Hey, if we can't have fun with this. Good morning, Tim. 404 viewers on the live stream right now. Where are you? 404. Why am I getting live? Someone's translating what Tim's saying in another language in my ear.
Really?
Sounds like they're translating into Japanese. Is anybody else getting Japanese translation in the live stream? I can't understand what Tim's saying. Seriously, I'm getting like either Chinese or Japanese in the live stream.
Maybe you're on a translate deal or something.
I can't. Seriously, I'm getting a... Yeah, someone else says, I can hear the live translation in Chinese.
Must be the same guy that put
Dude, someone's got to be fired for this. Oh, God. Steve... I'm trying to hear through the Chinese translation. They introduced the iMac on this stage. Is that Chinese? I'm hearing a sec. Okay, hang on. The stream just stopped. I wonder if they finally... God, 2 massive technical difficulties here. Someone is so fired. I'm hitting refresh again. Hopefully this fixes it. Tweeting out Apple Live. Apple is launching Chinese live translations. Hopefully it's Chinese. I don't want to look racist. Oh, whoa. Now I get a 404. I get an access denied? Look at that. Access denied. Oh, dude. Apple is choking. Okay, apparently I'm going to have to follow a live blog until that... Hang on, I got to tweet this. Apple is launching access denied. I can't be the only one. Basically, Tim's talking about history, though, according to a separate live... There we go. Hang on, I gotta tweet this. 3 massive hiccups here. Boy, my Twitter's exploding. Today we're launching the biggest advancement in the history of iPhone. Assuming we can get the, still getting a Chinese translation on a refresh. Today, they're launching the biggest advancement in the history of iPhone. Applause. Oh, now they have a picture. Curved edges, dark, black. You see it, Dad?
Uh-huh.
God, you can't. The problem is I don't know if I can even listen to the stream. God dang. Boy, I bet you anything, all of Apple's competitors are laughing their asses off right now. Oh, okay, that's the new iPhone. Kind of looks, it's very, the new iPhone is very reminiscent. It looks a lot like the leaks, including a protruding lens on the back. Very reminiscent of the first iPhone, in the sense of how it was curved around the edges. A little taller. Whoa! Hang on. Suddenly I just jumped back to the beginning of the live stream. Whoa! Did I just get rebooted? On the live stream. Half of this broadcast is a technical difficulty. I swear to God, it's not my fault. It's not just me. There are two iPhones. They're holding up. One slightly bigger than the other, so there's just like the leaks.
There it is.
The iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. That's their names.
There you go.
Their titles. This is according to a live blog. There we go, side by side, one on top of another. Oh, someone is so fired.
Somebody on stage.
Yeah, it looks like Phil Schiller's coming out on stage. And the Apple live stream is rebooting and choking. Phil Schiller on stage. It is true. All those rumors you heard about iPhone 6 is a name, even how it looks in the iPhone 6 Plus. From the glass front, anodized aluminum back, and a stainless steel Apple. And a live stream that continues to choke.
Are other people seeing that choke?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The whole internet's exploding with this. And now it's gone to another video that the precursor to the live stream. Retina HD displays, new generation of display. Fascinating. Glass front curves around the sides. Yeah, you know what? I may not even be able to do a live broadcast during these announcements as easily with this. LCD, so it's sRGB active. That's the display. By the way, I'm not hearing anything. There we go. Finally live. With someone else speaking in the background. Ion strengthened? Yeah, I'm gonna have to not listen. Or listen halfway. Ion strengthened glass, improved polarizer, photo aligned IPS liquid crystal, ultra thin backlight. God, if I screwed up Chinese instead of Japanese, I apologize. So pretty much everything we're seeing is confirming a lot of the rumors that were out there. I'm going to hit refresh again, but I have a feeling that it's still going to be back. Someone's going to be back talking in another language. Yeah, still. 4.7 inch, 5.5 inch display.
Are there three?
There will be the classic view, 4 inches, at 1136 by 640, 326 ppi, 1334 by 750, 326 ppi. It's an equal retina pixels per inch, and a 401 ppi 1080p screen on the iPhone 6 Plus. iPhone 6 with over 1 million pixels. I'm trying to listen through two languages here. Over 2 million pixels on the iPhone 6 Plus. Wow. The 6 has 38% more pixels if you do the math compared to the classic iPhone 5S. The iPhone 6 Plus has 185 more pixels compared to, assumedly, the iPhone 5S. iPhone 6, thinner than any other phone, apparently, at 6.9 millimeters. Give me a second. 7.1 millimeters on the iPhone 6 I'm sorry. I can't think through the 13 things. 7.1 millimeters on the iPhone 6 Plus. So it looks like the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, I mean, they look exactly like the same phone. One is bigger, although the 6 Plus has a bigger display with more to view. Like, you get more viewable space. It's not just a bigger screen in size, but also in terms of resolution. Wow. Okay, and you can tell, because if you look at a photo side by side, you have more space on the iPhone 6 Plus. So now, Messages app on an iPhone 6 Plus has a horizontal display when you tilt the phone out of portrait mode to landscape. That's interesting. So it's closer. The 6 Plus is closer to a phablet or a tablet. The home screen can now work horizontally too. Whoa. The keyboard takes advantage of the display, especially when you rotate to the side in landscape mode. New keyboard keys for cut, copy, and paste on the 6 Plus. Fascinating. So it looks like, honestly, it kind of looks like a lengthened or a stretched iPad, the iPhone 6 Plus. A lengthened, smaller iPad? Did that make sense? Okay, so let's see. They're talking about single-handed display. The side swipe back gesture in iOS 7 was introduced in anticipation of these phones, according to The Verge. Ah! They were talking about the single-handed, like, thing, and then my video craps out. This is frustrating. This is frustrating. And now it's just on repeat. I'm interested in hearing more about the single-handed use of these larger screen devices. New gesture for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus called Reachability. And the video is still crapping. You can double touch the home button, and the whole display just slides down so you can reach the top buttons. Eh? What? Okay, this is something that, A, I have to see. I really want to see in did I say A? A, I really want to see, and B, I'd almost have to use. Once you tap something, so you can double tap, it pulls the screen down, or pulls, not the physical screen, but the software down, so that you can reach whatever you're trying to reach with a single hand. Interesting play on an implementation. Power button's on the side now, so it's easier to reach, as opposed to pretty much every iPhone that I know of had the power button at the top. 1.3 million apps available. Apps that aren't updated for the iPhone 6 just work. Looks like they may apparently scale up. Automatic layouts. So basically an app that runs on your iPhone, or you're an older iPhone, will run on the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus as well. So it's very interesting to see, like, just by viewing, you've got 3 different screen sizes, physical screen sizes. Of course, 3 different resolutions across those devices as well. And it just looks like big, or small, medium, and large, effectively, between the iPhone 5S and the 6 and the 6 Plus. New chip, the Apple A8, of course, a 64-bit second-generation chip from Apple. So that's pretty much what they're covering with the new displays of the 6 and the 6 Plus. I'm still interested in knowing their single-handed implementation or the software, because physically, it's difficult for me to hold on to a large device with one hand. It really, if I can't cup it and get to the home button with my thumb, it may be a challenge. I don't know. So back to the chip, 2 billion transistors, a 20 nanometer process. It's still very hard to hear Phil through the translator. Smaller than the A7, up to 25% faster CPU, which is great, especially for those larger screen devices. Up to 50% faster GPU, which is great because you've got the 6, and especially the 6 Plus, with a lot more pixels to push across the screen. So I would hope for a better GPU performance. Now, in terms of actual performance, comparing the 6 and the 6 Plus, that remains to be seen. I'd expect benchmarks or synthetic benchmarks to show some specs, but the actual usability is in question still. Up to 50% faster than the original iPhone, 84 times faster. Sustained performance. Let's see here. Typical sustained performance drops in terms of the actual usage. With the iPhone 6, it's basically flatlined. The device can run at full power without causing heat, when that's what causes performance issues, because these computers don't like heat. Live stream stopped again. Let me hit refresh. And hopefully the translation is gone. I'm hoping for too much. Now they're talking about Metal, that low-level layer. 3D app and game engine that Apple introduced last year. Translator still there in the refresh of the live stream. So this is like Mantle from AMD, akin to that. I'm not saying it's an exact parallel, but it's along the lines of what other companies have been trying to do in terms of optimizing apps on top, or software on top of platforms, hardware. Let's see here. So he's got a whole bunch of, looks like launch partners potentially. Specifically in relation to Metal, or games that are optimized for Metal. And it looks like they're going to be bringing up someone, the co-founder, Super Evil Megacorp. So we're not going to likely be missing much, apart from a demo. Vainglory, the name for the game, a battle game designed for touch. We'll see if it stands up to Infinity Blade. I'd like to welcome the 633 people watching this live, although you should not expect much. Oh, Safari just crashed. That is awesome. Don't expect much because I will not be translating into any other language apart from English, and I have to retranslate. Now I'm getting access denied, as are other people. I would say that Apple's live stream has completely buckled under the pressure of how many billions of streams likely for this broadcast. Yikes. So right now they're just doing a game demo, so I wouldn't be able to speak much through it other than initial impressions. But so far, I would say in terms of actual hardware announcements, you know, they've pretty much nailed most of those rumors. Apparently had a basis or a foundation in truth. Didn't want to believe them. I never believe rumors, but it's just interesting to see how refined the rumor mill is. There we go. Game, at least from a still screenshot, looks absolutely breathtaking. Let's see here.
Apple broke the internet.
Yeah, I think Apple did break the internet. I can't even get back to Apple. I'm getting access denied. And I'm even using an iPad. Oh, now I'm back to the countdown. Ooh, wow. That game does look nice. I don't know, there haven't been many of these, more graphics-intensive games that I've gotten into on the, on iOS in general. I've still been more of a casual gamer, and I'm not trying to misuse the gamer tag, as some people believe that gamers can only be a certain kind of people. I'm just saying, the games that I play are classic or just casual. Those are the types of games I like. Still hitting refresh, access denied. According to The Verge, the game that they're demoing looks a lot like World of Warcraft with smoother graphics. Hey, hon! No, I just want her to go into labor so something interesting happens here. I hope... Hang on. I'm going to tweet that. I hope Diana Pirillo's labor has fewer technical difficulties than those. Wait, how would I say this? I hope I have time to tweet this because all they're doing is demoing a game. I hope Diana Pirillo's labor has fewer technical difficulties than a billion-dollar company. I should say a billion-dollar company's live stream.
Well, I'm really going to gain.
You're going to game?
Gain.
Oh, gain. What do you mean?
Well, because it's 50 times faster.
Well, yeah. Well, compared to that, you're really gonna see a big difference because Dad's using an iPhone 4, not a 4S, 4. There we go. Equal or better battery life, potentially. That's interesting. Especially with I'm really going to be interested in the performance, specifically not just with the A8, but specifically across the board with the iPhone 6 Plus. Still getting access denied on Apple.com. Thank God for live blogs. So in comparing the iPhone 5S to the 6 and the 6 Plus, a lot more time with the 6 Plus. They got I bet you that battery's got to be about twice as big, pushing more time down the pike. Wi-Fi browsing going from 10 hours to 11 to 12 from the 5S to the 6 to the 6 Plus. 3G browsing 8 to 10 to 12. 3G talk 10 to 14 to 24. Standby in terms of days 10 to 16. You know, I think more than anything that 6 Plus may be a big seller, not because of the big screen, but because of the battery life. Just think about that. The biggest selling factor may not even be the screen size of the 6 Plus. Of course, like I said, I still question usability. That remains to be seen. Next generation motion coprocessor, the M8. Also on board, of course. And these, of course, are numbers from Apple, so there have been no independent confirmations of what we've seen. Still, it seems that the 6 Plus is the battery to beat. I expected something like that. I mean, you've got a bigger case around that phone, so... Case. Not in the sense of a case like you might have on your iPhone or your typical smartphone. I mean, like, the shell. The chassis. New M8 can tell the difference between cycling and running. It can also calculate distance and elevation. Oh, the Apple Live site is back. Let's try to refresh that live stream to see if... Nope, still have a translate... Barometer measures relative elevation. Also enables Safari to crash consistently. Again, this is the worst. This is the worst live broadcast I've ever done in my entire life. How long until everybody trying to watch the stream switches to Chris and breaks the internet again? No, do not switch to me. I'm happy with the 700 people who've tuned in, but I'm doing my best here. Interesting. So apparently it would measure the elevation by way of the barometer. Yeah. Which makes sense. Barometric pressure. Apple's site is crashing the iPad. Apple's own site crashing the iPad. I have one tab open. The translation's gone! Is the translation gone? Wait. Oh, don't pause! Don't pause! Phil! Ah! He's talking about LTE, 150 megabits per second. Supports up to 20 LTE bands. Translation is gone. I repeat, translation is gone. Apple.com. Translation is gone. You can stream it. Over 200 LTE carriers. More than any smartphone, according to Apple. More LTE roaming. Plus voice over LTE.
What's that mean?
Verizon supports it. A variety of carriers support it. Basically, it takes the voice data from the 3G network to the 4G network. So calls are clearer, like you're talking to someone in the same room. Well, I wouldn't say that far, but it's just a clearer audio signal when you're just talking on the phone to somebody. 3 times faster Wi-Fi. 802.11 AC. It's about time.
They don't control the speed of the Wi-Fi, do
they? They can based on the spec. So this supports, if your router is 802.11 AC enabled, like the latest Airport Extreme, you could browse faster on Wi-Fi if you're connected to a faster access point that also supports that protocol.
So I'll be able to...
Theoretically.
surf faster on my phone
Theoretically.
than my computer?
No, it just depends on how you're connecting to that access point or what protocol that access point supports. Also supports Wi-Fi calling. You guys got to appreciate this, man. I'm trying to translate tech for Dad and translate what Phil's saying at the same time running a live stream. So this sounds like one hell of an upgrade just for the Wi-Fi calling features alone. Ah, camera time. Sweet. We're talking about the camera. 8 megapixel camera, True Tone flash, 1.5 micron pixels, 2.2 aperture. Okay, hang on. There's a new translation guy in the background. I'm trying to get the language. It's either Chinese or Japanese. No, there's someone. All new sensor. Interesting. So they have not jumped in megapixels, and I don't know if they needed to. I think megapixels have been a myth for a long time. The True Tone flash, instead of looking like the iPhone 5S, is just a regular circle. So the new sensor, I really want to hear about, because one of the best features of the iPhone, going back pretty much to the 4, I think, that was really the first time the camera impressed me. Focus pixels, a new feature. Now they're calling it the EyeSight camera, the rear-facing camera. Dedicated pairs of focus pixels, interesting. Advanced noise reduction, next-gen local tone mapping, great. Faster autofocus. So phase detection autofocus. So basically, it's tech that's found in DSLRs. High-end DSLRs are now available on the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. So the differentiation in the 6 and the 6 Plus has nothing at this point to do with the camera. Advanced noise reduction is fantastic.
Is that for movies?
Well, it would translate to movies, but this is primarily photos right now. Okay. The question is, will they support 4K? Now they're demonstrating some photos, or showing some photos. No telling if these are, assuming unretouched, but whether they're HDR or not, anybody's guess. Whoa, interesting. The depth of field on a shot of a gecko or a lizard. Whoa. Dude, the depth of field on there is impressive. Even on the stream, you can tell one subject in like a field of flowers, or like the gecko on a rock, or the lizard on a rock, the amphibian on a rock. It was just, it was clear. It was in focus, and certain parts in the background and foreground were blurry. The depth of field on there looks fantastic. New gen gyroscope in the 6 and the 6 Plus. He's talking about a panoramic mode. 5-element lens, which we've seen before. And the brains behind it all. The image signal processor is a part of the A8 chip. Panoramas up to 43 megapixels. Multi-face detection. Faster. Image stabilization. Digital image stabilization. 6 has the digital image stabilization, but the 6 Plus has optical image stabilization. Right there, I'm going 6 Plus. Right there. Okay, the difference is if you don't have a steady hand, a digital stabilization is not going to be as impressive, as good as optical image stabilization on the hardware itself. So digital software, optical's hardware. You always want optical over digital. Always, 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 in terms of quality, in terms of value, in terms of not having to worry about running into problems when you're taking pictures or, assumedly, videos.
They're still, yeah, I was going to say they're still talking.
So there is the difference between the 6 and the 6 Plus. To me, a big difference. Optical image stabilization versus digital image stabilization. It's pretty much pretty close to a point-and-shoot killer. I'd be interested in side-by-side comparisons between the 6 and the 6 Plus. Optical image stabilization. Wow, I think it's a huge feature. Oof. Moving on to video. Avalardo Lopez says, yeah, I love the depth of field on the camera too. This is what I'm saying. HD, 1080p, go figure.
Where are they showing a camera?
Because it also takes, it replaces video cameras, it replaces still cameras. 1080p video at 30 frames a second or 60 frames a second. 1080p, 60 frames a second. That's a big deal. It's a huge deal. 60 frames a second, smoother video. And now you might remember that YouTube is soon going to support 60 frames a second video. So 1080p, 60 frames a second video, huge, huge, huge quality bump. Slow motion video at 120 frames per second or 240 frames per second. Super slow-mo. And they haven't made a differentiation between the 6 and the 6 Plus here. That's interesting. So basically, you could shoot someone moving, and then instead of just slow-mo, it's now super slow-mo. So it shoots 120 frames a second right there. That's a 120 frames per second video. And I bet you now they're going to go from 120 frames a second to 240 frames per second, which slows down the motion. This is a feature that's usually only seen in super higher quality cameras. For video, the cameras also do something called cinematic video stabilization. Stream just crapped out on me here. So the cinematic video stabilization just makes it easy. Like when you're moving, it'll make it easier so that you won't have to. The camera will mitigate the shake, and that is another place where an optical stabilization sensor is going to help a lot. It's the difference between using this particular camera with optical image stabilization and this camera that doesn't have optical stabilization. Higher quality output. Big deal, big deal. Huge deal, really. Apple's live website is crapping out on me again. Safari crashes. Talking about focus pixels, and specifically, I believe, in relation to video here. Very, very valuable. I didn't really have an issue with the way Apple's devices have shot video, but still, it's nice to see improvements. I always look forward to that because this is one of my primary cameras, the phone that I always have on me. All new FaceTime HD camera, that is the front-facing camera. All new sensor, larger 2.2 aperture, 81% more light, which is great. So basically improved face detection on the front-facing camera, better selfie camera, effectively. Burst selfies. Nice burst mode on the FaceTime camera. So you have the iSight camera facing out, and the FaceTime camera facing forward. Boy, oh boy. Apple's just crunched. Single shot HDR photos. Awesome. And we're talking about the front-facing camera. So, the biggest issue I've had with the FaceTime camera is that the quality is never near the quality of the front-facing camera, the iSight camera. I would prefer to take, if I was doing a selfie, I'd prefer to take it with this particular lens than the FaceTime lens, just because of quality alone. It gets better and better, but I wish they were, and I know they probably will never be in parallel in terms of quality, but I do wish for a better FaceTime camera. Apple.com still choking. So they're showing off features of iOS 8. A lot of these features we've seen before at WWDC. Likely nothing new here. There's a new messaging app that lets you quickly send little voice notes. Nice health app. Notifications. Better extensibility. These are things that we've covered, of course, in the WWDC broadcast. Unfortunately, like I said, I keep hitting refresh on the Apple live stream, and it is choking.
Is that because so many people are...
Most likely. I'm guessing they're crunched. They just couldn't handle it. Because I'm assuming Apple really... hired professionals, but at the same time, this could have happened to everybody. But they should have gone with a professional live streaming company, and I don't know if they did. Honestly, I don't think a professional would have made these mistakes.
Or they would have corrected them quickly.
Well, they would have corrected them quickly or had a contingency plan. So they basically rushed through iOS 8. Not a surprise because we did cover a lot of that at WWDC.
So no change there.
Not really. I mean, there may be a couple of additions they may add here as the broadcast wears on.
So far, that's a big step for me.
Yeah, it is. What you see there, huge step.
Yeah.
Well, I would have told you an iPhone 5S from the 4 is a huge step. Apple's made new silicone cases, new leather cases. Both include the product red or product red.
To the bars.
Yeah, those are the color bars on the screen. Oh no, color bars are on the screen again. Hang on, someone's thanking me. Greg Hansen says, thank you for not crapping out like Apple today. Yikes. Oh, there's going to be so much Schadenfreude today. Starts at $199 for iPhone 6, going up to $399. Very nice. 2-year contract, of course. Oh, 16 gig, 64 gig, and 128 gig. Are we going 128 gig on the iPhone now? iPhone 6.
What does it say?
Starts at 16 gig at $199, 2-year contract, 64 gig, $299, $399.
Doesn't say.
Well, I'm guessing they're going to 128. That's the next logical progression.
Well, why doesn't it put it up there?
Because he's teasing it, Dad. It's called showmanship. Amateurs. But do you want to work for Apple? I hear their live stream company is hiring.
I could probably do that.
You could do a better job, I think, at commentating there. Yep, the 128 gig iPhone. Yeah! This is a beast.
That'll take a lot of my movies, and I can keep
This is a beast. iPhone 5S now $99, 8 gig, 5C now free. So it looks like the iPhone 6 starts at $199, 16 gig. iPhone 6 Plus, $100 more, 16 gig. And, of course, $100 more for each level. So, looks like I'm going 128 gig iPhone 6 Plus. That's, just assume that in gray or slate gray or black or whatever that is. I'm a fan of that. I don't need gold.
Any bids for my collector item?
Well, I hear there's a computer museum that might take it. You'll have to pay them to take it, though. I don't think they're going to take that for free, Dad. Sorry. They ship on September 19th.
All right, I'm close then.
So we will see if baby Pirillo arrives before the iPhones. iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, September 19th, and the U.S. pre-orders on the 12th. Pre-orders on the 12th. There you go. Very, very nice. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is so good to hear. Checking all my streams. iPhone. So, which one are you guys, I mean, if you're going to get it, pre-order this Friday, the 12th, yeah.
Will they give me a special for 2?
115 countries by the end of the year? I don't know. I doubt it, Dad. Yeah, because they're not going to sell that many, Dad. They're going to give you a discount.
For 2, I'll buy 2.
Yeah. 6 plus 128 gray. Let's see here. iOS 8 is supported all the way back to iPhone 4S, so it's good time that you abandon this because you won't be able to use that on iOS 8 will not be available on your iPhone 4. The new iOS.
Oh.
It goes all the way back to the iPhone 4S. Oh, Apple's no longer, well, no, it's still crunching. I have a wonderful countdown on my, look at this, look at the countdown. Thank you, Apple. I'm glad if I was sitting here watching this page for the past, how long the hell have I been broadcasting? 41 minutes? I'd be sunk. iOS 8 comes September 17th. Mark your calendars. Cannot wait. I will likely be downloading. I've got we've got the free LockerGnome app for iOS and Android, so I'll be using my developer account to download the final or gold version of iOS 8 to put it on the 5S to have a review ready that will likely go to Supernomies first. Oh, speaking of Supernomies, you got to do your Android tablet first impressions unboxing video.
Okay.
I want to do that as an exclusive for the Supernomies. He's never used an Android tablet before, and I got it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say Android. This is a live Apple stream. I'm not a fanboy. Oh, wait. Yeah, that proves it.
True.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I would think it does.
That's it for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. The biggest difference, of course, size, screen size, but I think the biggest difference to me, that camera. Optical versus digital, I will say that it's going to be a huge difference. Huge. 40 minutes on the iPhones at light speed. They are kind of flying along. App demo time. So they're showing the differences between the two screens. Safari keeps crashing and going to apple.com. Amazing. Seriously, is it the only one? Am I the only one that it keeps crashing for? Wow. This is man. Someone has to be telling Tim. No, they wouldn't be telling Tim Cook. They wouldn't be. Tim's got to be focused. What I can't wait for is Yosemite. I want to see Federighi on stage. He is my favorite out of all the people, all the executives at Apple. Federighi is my favorite. And I never had, honestly, I will tell you this, as someone who appreciated Steve Jobs, if it wasn't for Apple, Diana and I likely never would have met. I appreciated the work that Steve Jobs did, but I will give it to Federighi every single time. Federighi, oh, he's my man. I don't forget, like, his. Well, no sooner were we complaining about Apple's live stream than ours went blank for a second. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Apparently, we're fine though. Do you see how fast it took me to? It didn't take that long for me to recover from my black screen. By the way, they're moving on.
What's next?
Payments time. Now it's all about the wallet. Entirely new category of service. Their ambition is to replace the wallet, and they're showing credit cards and dollar bills inside the wallet. Potentially affinity cards, which is great news for anybody who's ever, dealt with payments or affinity cards or cash. 200 million daily U.S. transactions. Whoa. Is that Apple alone? We spend $12 billion a year on credit cards with 200 million daily credit card transactions. No, I think that's across the U.S. I don't think that's just Apple. I can't imagine it just being Apple. See, someone needs to make an animated GIF of how quickly it took me to recover my live stream. I was down and then back. You got to keep your eye on this stuff, man. And I'm just one guy.
Yeah, are other people losing it, though?
Oh my God, Apple's doing a late night infomercial. It's so hard to pay video. Oh God, that's horrible. Why do they have to do that? That just cheapens it to me. That really cheapens the experience. We know it's frustrating to deal with this stuff. Don't hit us over the head with it.
You got water somewhere?
Water? Yeah, downstairs. What do I look like to you? A bar?
You want a water?
Oh, thank you, Dad. No. I thought you were asking if I had water. I'm like, I'm doing this.
Someone said offer you a glass of water.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Are you watching my tweet stream?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Kind of watching that.
Okay, I have a production crew officially. I did not mean to slag you. I thought you were asking if I had water. I'm like...
No, someone said to ask you.
And still, this is much more interesting than I think what Apple's talking about right now.
Anthony,
No, I'm interested in payments. Don't get me wrong. It's just that we can't see much because the live stream's down.
Carl Prezi or something like that.
Oh, yeah, Anthony. He, Menegoni?
Carl Prezi?
I don't know. I don't know if I know him that as well. There's another Anthony on Twitter who always screenshots our daily vlogs from the other YouTube channel. The vlog channel. Now, let's see here. They're moving on, talking about payments, blah, blah, blah. The whole process is based on this little piece of plastic, the credit card. We're totally reliant on exposed numbers and outdated and vulnerable magnetic stripe interfaces. Quote from the New York Times, a truly mobile wallet has long been described as imminent, but it remains elusive. Remember, not the idea, but the implementation. Most have been a disappointment or have not yet worked well enough for mainstream adoption. That's true. That is absolutely true. Good stuff out there, but unfortunately, if everybody doesn't pick it up, it ain't gonna happen.
The retailers.
Everybody. Users, retailers, the process the payments, everybody has to be involved in the process. Otherwise, it won't work. Most business models, according to Cook, and I have to thank The Verge. I got to give them credit. If it wasn't for The Verge, it'd be very difficult for me to keep up. Most business models have focused on self-interest instead of user experience. Absolutely right. If the user experience is first, people will follow. I think user experience is a big deal, and I've said this for how long? How long have I spoke to experience? And who else has caught that? Microsoft caught that. Caught it. Amazon will eventually catch it. Pay is what they're just calling it. Pay, not iPay, just pay. An entirely new payment process. Pay. That's going to get confusing. Would you like to pay? With what? Pay. Well, yes, but would you like to?
Who's on
Pay. First? Pays the name. Exactly. Who's on first? What does yellow mean? Slow down. What does yellow mean? Cooks nailing others for trying to solve payments with a business model instead of a user experience. No doubt in my mind. You know, I'm going to do something that I can't even remember the last time I did. I'm going to reboot my iPad because I don't know. I've killed the background process, refreshed apple.com, and it crashes again. I'm just going to reboot. We'll see. Wow, this is horrible. Chris's stream is more stable than Apple's stream. Yes, but I'm sorry, it's not as more visual than my face. And my glasses are all askew because I've got... I don't even know why I have the headphones on because I can't hear anything. It's still shutting down.
Oh, what's that down there?
They're showing another video. Oh, hang on. They're showing basically the pay.
Oh,
the pay system. And it looks like an NFC chip would be in the phone. The video had a generic card reader in it. Eddie Q is on stage. Apple Pay uses NFC. There you go. For all the people like NFC. And I remember I'm like, nobody effing cares about NFC because honestly, that was the problem is that not enough vendors supported it. Not enough phones had it. You know, there were hardware and compatibility issues. So maybe you should be happy now. If you had Android or a Windows phone that had NFC, you should be happier because more vendors are going to support NFC. Just be happy. If anything, there you go. Stores payment information encrypted and securely. Uses the Passbook app too, of course. NFC, Touch ID, Secure Element, Passbook. So effectively, you can put all your credit cards, your physical credit cards, inside of Passbook securely with Touch ID. So the only way to open the Passbook is by having your registered thumbprint. No one else could get it. No one else could use it.
They can't duplicate your thumbprint?
It was seen at the beginning of Touch ID, even though it's in a secure enclave, that it could be replicated, but you would need so much equipment and have the right conditions and the exact type of scenario that it would be next to impossible. It could happen, though. It's possible. But I wouldn't rule it out, but let me put it this way. Which is easier to do? Steal a credit card number or get your fingerprint to replicate it on your account across the board?
Depends
which
if
would
you
be
work
easier.
At a restaurant where they test
Well,
glasses.
but what I'm saying is that Apple's done Apple's taking it where it needs to go. I'm glad to see this. Hopefully, too, I'm going to say it, this will increase competition. There we go. You can just use the card you already have on file with iTunes. That's nice. You can also take a picture of your own credit card and add it that way. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try this with my friends' cards. Hey, that's a great picture you have on your credit card. Let me see it. Yikes. Easy, secure. This is according to Apple. Card number never stored. So the card number itself is never stored or shared. That, why? What do you mean why?
Well, how
secure.
How would the vendor know what the number is?
Magic, Dad. Hardware, encryption, technology. This is where it blends into magic. Card numbers are not given to the merchant. It uses a one-time payment number and a dynamic security code, which means if someone did get it, it would be useless by the time they had it. It's only good for one time per transaction. Your iPhone's lost. You can suspend all payments via the Find My iPhone service. Lovely. And you won't have to cancel your card either since it's not stored on that device anyway. Q says, ooh, this is a big one. Oh, this is the quote of the day. Quote of the day, Eddie Q, we are not in the business of collecting your data. Bam. Bam. That's a slap in the face of Google. That's a huge slap in the face of Google. That is the quote of the day. Quote of the day. No doubt. No doubt. Apple doesn't know what you bought, where you bought it, and how much you bought it for. He's hammering on privacy. Big differentiator from Google, of course. I told you. That's a big slap in the face of Google. Oh, huge. Huge slap in the face of Google. Because think about it. Google's got a business model where they care about you and your data. Oh, rebooting got me the live stream again. The cashier doesn't get your credit card information either. Oh, they're working with Amex, MasterCard, Visa. Also working with the big six banks. My Safari, even after rebooting, I had the live stream for a second, but it's crapped out again. Yeah, it just keeps crashing on me.
Safari's crashing though.
Yeah, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try I'm going to go to the iPhone and stream it from there because I just need the audio really. So quite a few banks are going to be supporting it at the beginning. Apple's flying through this. 6 big banks, according to them. 83% of U.S. credit card purchase volume. 22,000 retailers will work with Apple Pay Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Walgreens, Duane Reade, Subway, McDonald's. So a lot of places I don't necessarily go to, except for Walgreens. I've been looking. If you're next to a Walgreens, go and look for me because I've been looking for that white prototype Boba Fett 6-inch figure from Star Wars. Of course, credit cards don't have a battery life.
Oh, McDonald's.
Whole Foods. So they're running through a series of vendors, including Staples, which has been a sponsor of my stuff in the past. Let's go ahead and launch on the iPhone, see if it crashes here. Apple.com. I'm going to take this out of the iPad, put it into there. Let's see if I can get the live stream. No, even on the iPhone, look at that. It's still got the countdown on the iPhone. Wow, that bad, huh? Yikes. Ouch. Apple Pay will also work online somehow? Well, that's fascinating. Wonder how they're going to pull that off.
The camera, maybe?
Okay, so Pay, that's what they're calling it, just Apple Pay or Pay. One-touch checkout, no credit card or no card number entry, no need to type addresses, no card information shared with merchant. That, to me, that's a huge deal for the thing that you were talking about. You hand it to a waiter or waitress, your staff, they take it, they scan it, and next, 8 months later, your credit card shows up with a payment that wasn't yours. It works in specific shopping apps to start, like Target. Uber. They're showing an Uber. Apple, no, this is according to The Verge, Nilay Patel. Apple just made PayPal look really, really archaic. No doubt. That's a huge deal, dude. Huge freaking deal. Groupon will also work with Apple Pay, Uber. MLB will let you buy tickets. OpenTable will let you pay in the app in participating restaurants again. So you don't have to pay. You basically pay with your thumb. That's fantastic. That is awesome. Wow, Safari's even crapping out on me on Apple.com on my iPhone too. So it isn't just, oops, it isn't just the, it's crapping. What the hell is Walgreens? I Markovic asks. If you have to ask, it's like a drugstore here, and I don't mean drugs like, the kind they sell in Washington legally. Starbucks was not mentioned, but it was on screen. Wow. God dang. And I'm using Apple's devices, latest gen. Crap. Wow. October 2014.
For the pay thing?
Yeah, for Pay. So it looks like it's going to be a software feature. October 2014. Wise to roll it out like that. Works on the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. Apple is, quote-unquote, working hard to bring it to more countries. Good idea. We'll see how long it takes to really, truly implement. And Cook says Apple Pay will forever change the way all of us buy things. Well, one could hope. Something that's a lot more secure. We're not quite finished yet. We have one more thing. Oh, one more thing. Here we go. Tim is channeling his inner Steve Jobs. Here, I think this is it's got to be the wearable. It's got to be the wearable, which I hope they don't call the iWatch. I hope. It's just a horrible name for it. I didn't mind the iPad as a name. iWatch, though, it just seems so limiting. Like iPhone, this is more than a phone now. It's everything, you know? It's your iCommunications device, which is just way too long.
Do you have voice on your phone?
Do I have voice on my phone?
Are you hearing them? Do you hear them?
No, Safari keeps crashing. So basically, that may have been a nod to Steve Jobs just by saying one more thing. This is now Tim Cook's Apple. Yeah, even Nilay Patel on The Verge said basically the same thing. This is the moment where Tim Cook completely took over Apple and stepped into his own legacy. Entirely new product. We believe this product will redefine what people expect from its category. It's wearable. Honestly, more than just knowing what the wearable does, I want to know its name. Video time. Boy, it'd be great if I could watch video, wouldn't it? Is my iPad gonna crash? Ha! Tim, I can see you on my screen. Don't crash.
Froze.
And it crashed. Why is it crashing? On both of them. It's got to be a code thing because it's crashed on my iPhone and the iPad with no other tabs open.
Yeah, I tried to open it on my phone.
Ah, Mark Daniel notes it's called Apple Pay, not just Pay. Good call. I'm hearing a low rumble on the video. It's a quote-unquote watch. Something on the wrist, something wearable.
Who said it's a watch? Someone guessing there, or is that what it is? There's your stream.
Yeah, no, the stream's going for now, but I don't really want to count on it. I'm afraid it's going to crash out again. There's a little dial on the side, or a button. It's a...
That's not a watch.
Yeah, stainless steel is what I saw there. What the hell is that? It's a little dial.
It's like a phone.
It's a dial of sorts?
Well,
yeah, no, it's a watch. Square, rounded edges. Whoa, that's a nice little... I hate watches. I hate watches. I want a slap band. That's what I need. Square display, curved, round edges. Oh, it is slap.
It was like a magnet.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh, that's what I want. That's what I want. I hate the band.
Well,
I mean, the band looks nice, but I'm saying the slap band, I don't mind. That's a slap band.
Yeah, they're showing.
Silver, gold, different watch straps. Completely different watch straps. So I wonder if you could swap out the watch straps. Assumedly.
What does it
Oh, it's called a watch. It is. It's got Apple Watch. Apple Watch. Wow. Sensors on the back. Activity. Time, of course. And a dial. An actual dial? Ah, there's your Mickey Mouse. Dad has a Mickey. Show him your Mickey watch. Where is it?
I got it. I don't wear it during the day.
Huge applause. And it's called a watch. Just Apple Watch. So don't call it an iWatch anymore. Cook has one on his wrist. White band. Standing ovation. It's ugly, someone said. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not a fashion guy. Like I said, give me something I don't have that feels good, easy to take on and off. That's the thing that frustrates me about a watch.
Well,
so the fact that it's got a slap band...
It doesn't look enormous.
On some bands. Well, it doesn't look big, but remember, before I knew it had a slap band, kind of thing. And that's... Think about that. Easy to take on, easy to take off. I predict a lot more people wearing watches. I wanted a slap band.
Yeah, but what will it do?
That's the question. Apple Watch. Just Apple Watch. It's precise, synced to the Universal Time Standard. You can quote-unquote customize it. So now we have Apple Pay, Apple Watch. I bet you anything. Here's a dad's iWatch. This little Mickey watch. Are you gonna trade it up? See, I don't like this band. I wouldn't like. I'd hate this band. I hate it. It's in new ways. You could use new ways to connect and communicate from your wrist, a la Dick Tracy, assumedly. It's also a comprehensive health and fitness device. Works seamlessly with iPhone. There's a lot of iPod Nano as a watch DNA, likely in the hardware, because that's what a lot of people used the Nano for.
What's those logos on the front?
Looks like those are icons on the screen. It's a new type of interface, really. The Hex, it's like Hex. It reminds me of an old Windows phone or Windows mobile interface.
So to get one, you'd have to touch it.
Yeah, it'd either touch or voice. I'd imagine either one, but that's got to, your fingers are
Pretty.
I mean, I don't have I'm a big finger, but it's big. It's almost too big. For those icons, it had to be small, or otherwise the screen would have to be too large. So we're talking about GUI innovations. What we didn't do was take the iPhone and shrink the user interface and slap it on your wrist. Or, I'm sorry, strap it on your wrist. Which I'm glad. I'm glad they didn't do, because the iPhone interface wouldn't have worked on that device. Optimized for a different type of screen, really. People are asking how much. This is a $400 device, easily. Easily.
So it's the new Rolex.
So it's an explanation of the user experience, not just the user interface. Pinch to zoom would not work on a... It's too small.
It's small.
You wouldn't... It's interesting. The digital crown. Instead of calling it dial, it's called a digital crown. Diana's about to crown. A crown. So it's a dial. So basically, I don't know if it's a mechanical dial as much, like, you know, like a winder,
No,
but it translates analog signal into digital signal.
it's a navigation tool. There,
If
he's
you-
zooming with it. It zoomed.
Yeah.
And he turned it. Yeah, and it moves it up and down. It's
a dial.
like a joystick. Like the button used to be on a computer.
It's interesting. I mean, they're showing a couple of different features on the watch.
So you press there.
Messaging. You can tap the button to go to the home screen, just like the button, the physical button on the iPhone or an iPad. And as Tim Cook points out, you can interface with it without actually blocking the screen.
Came out with the big one.
It can be worn all day for any occasion. That's what they say. I do wonder, though, how it's going to feel. I'm just not a watch wearer. I mean, I've been wearing this like solidly.
Mom might not want that.
I'd wear a slap bracelet. I've worn slap bracelets before if they're not a pain in the neck. They have to make it big, if only for the battery.
Why would you want a huge screen? I mean, I think the screen's nice when you're big.
So now Johnny is talking about design. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks pretty large on the wrist. The question is what does it get? I mean, I haven't honestly. I've not seen anything yet other than tracking fitness, anything that would compel me to get this. But I'm not a watch wearer. Nothing has sold me on this yet. Looks clean. Looks like a small iPhone screen, honestly, a square, small iPhone screen.
That dial's a navigation tool.
It's a multi-purpose tool. 4 sensors on the back or more,
Heartbeat, but
and it's
pressure?
I see a sweat level, yeah,
Odometer,
health,
walking.
a pedometer, most likely. You wouldn't need a sensor on the skin for that though. The watch turns on the display when you raise your wrist. So it looks like it may be easy to swap out your bands too. Well, that's going to be a huge selling point.
I don't know, still got those pins. They're hard. Sometimes the pins are.
So
It's a lot of logos on a small phone. I mean, it looks big there because
Right.
it's on the screen. But and
right.
the clock is right. Oh, look at that. It moved around. Oh, your photos?
Yeah, so you'd of course I'd imagine iCloud photo syncing. I mean, it's Apple, it's iCloud.
What's that one?
So they're showing all the apps that you have installed, and my question is how would you'd have to tap to get to it. You couldn't use the quote unquote digital crown, the dial, for everything.
Oh, stopwatch?
Yeah, but see, well, stopwatch, iPod, calendar, weather, tracker.
Phone?
Well, it's probably a conduit for your phone. Siri. But I can't imagine smart replies and dictation. So I was wondering, and we would almost have to have voice. This reminds me a lot of Android Wear. What I'm seeing here, glances, swiping through information, very reminiscent of Android Wear, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's That's good. Gestures. Interesting. Custom gestures. You can get someone's attention with a tap? What? You can send a sketch? That's kind of neat. You can share your heartbeat? Okay, that's a little creepy.
Not if you're not
That send a drawing thing is kind of neat. That's kind of neat. That is kind of neat. It's a little gimmicky. I'll say that. It's a little
You might be
gimmicky.
able to play tic-tac-toe,
You could, theoretically.
but it'd be awful small.
Retina display. Sapphire screen. The screen's a touch screen, but it also senses force.
So click.
Like a put. How hard are you pushing? That's not something we've seen in iPods, iPads, or iPhones. Pressure sensitive. It can tell the difference between a tap and a press. Like tap versus push. Like push hard.
A movie.
So there are electrodes around the display to basically recognize the difference between a tap and a press, which allows for more functionality in the apps.
Oh, AirPlay.
Like, no, not necessarily. Well, AirPlay was probably a feature for it. Did it say AirPlay? Okay, I missed
I
that.
thought it did.
It's called Taptic Engine. Like haptic feedback.
But they're taking a phone call there.
Well, it's probably a conduit to the iPhone. It'll work with the iPhone, Dad. You'd sync it with the iPhone.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to have its own, what? Yeah. 38 millimeter case is what I saw there for a second. Oh, wait a minute. What was that? Someone was taking a picture with the watch? How would you do that? Like, how would you do that? No.
That's the guts of it.
Maxwell Smart. Get smart.
Oh, it's the board.
And it's running on an S1 chip. Zirconia back. 4 sapphire lenses. Infrared. And photo sensors. Could detect your pulse.
It's got a stopwatch, right?
Yes. Gyroscope accelerometer. Information, GPS from Wi-Fi on your iPhone. So it gives you a comprehensive picture of your daily activity. Okay.
Isn't that kind of redundant?
It could help you with goals. If you don't have a Fitbit or any other kind of tracker, no, it's
I'm
not.
talking to GPS on your phone.
No, because why have a GPS chip taking up power in your watch if you can just get the same information from another device that has a bigger battery? It makes a lot of sense, actually. They're assuming everybody who's... No alignment or exposed contact. Inductive charging. Nice! Wireless inductive charger. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, the problem with inductive charging to this point is you had to have it perfectly on the plate. This is just... It looks like it's addressing those problems. You don't have to have it in a precise location. See, I don't have a wearable right now. I don't have any trackers.
I like my Fitbit.
Well, but they were always kludgy to me. Personally, I didn't like them. Pardon me. They've designed a range of watch faces. Fascinating watch faces, but I'd expect a lot more to come. Including, an animated Mickey Mouse face, Dad. There you go.
There he is. Oh, his foot was tapping for the seconds.
Yeah. Showing weather, showing information, showing the band customization. They've designed 6 straps and a mechanism
it slides out
that makes
and locks.
so the straps are easier and cleaner to remove. According to what I see here, I haven't actually tried one. I like that a lot. That metal band wouldn't be bad.
Except in hot weather.
Yeah. See, I don't like that. There's a leather loop.
Yeah, but it's still kind of.
Oh,
a
is that the
slap
thing?
deal, see?
It conceals
You gotta go through the loop.
Yeah, the leather conceals magnets. So if you want a leather watch band, you can have one.
Well, that's the black.
There's a red, probably product red. Leather modern.
Oh, that's not. Now
that snaps with a clasp, but I don't know if I'd like that either.
Well,
that leather one, it just depends on how it feels.
Yeah, if they've made it soft on
yeah,
the
like
inside,
like the traditional watch, I've never liked. Stainless steel.
See how that looks inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a deployment
smooth.
clasp.
See, it's smooth.
Yeah, but I don't know if I like that either.
Well, but it's smooth. It's flat. You don't have a bump there.
This one's mine. I think this one's mine. The loop, a loop. Hang on. I can't get the name.
Boom. It's like.
I like that one. That's my favorite. That last one they showed.
Yeah.
The last one they showed looks like my favorite. It's just like a single strap that slaps back with magnets.
Two different sizes, or.
Two different sizes. Yeah, you might be right, Dad. Different cases, different straps.
Like male, female.
Hang on.
Watch.
3 distinct collections. Watch Sport, and Watch Edition. So we've got 3 watches, or 3 editions, 2 size watches. Almost sounds like a new click sound in the background. I wish I caught the name of that one band that I really liked so I can smoothen this on the wrist. And it's stainless steel too.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's
Here's the thing. Is it waterproof? There's a sports collection of watches with an aluminum casing.
See, mine's flat. My watch
Hang on.
band. There's the colors.
So a sport edition is stronger, durable, lightweight. Edition is made from 18 karat gold.
Oh, hello.
God. Which is twice as hard as standard gold. My God. God. I'll go with the plain one, thank you. Wow. So the edition is the gold. Now the question is price. So they see the Apple Watch as a range of products, not just a watch. Cook's back on stage.
Mickey Mouse taps his foot.
I'm still not... There's nothing... I want a wearable to track my data because I know I need to work out. I know I need to do something like that, but I've been waiting for a good wearable for tracking. I don't know if this is it. But so far, not being a watch wearer, apart from that one strap that I saw, it's the only thing that might draw me into a watch. I remain hesitant, but only because, you know, well, here's the thing. My experience with watches hasn't been that great. Obviously, this was a different experience, but I realize that my bias is tainted by that. My bias is tainted by that? Yeah, it looks like Mud Crutch Head 1 said, aftermarket straps will be a big accessory. I agree.
Sure. Then you might see the strap here.
Completely.
Who's that guy?
Kevin Lynch. He's a VP at Apple. He's wearing it. Not a big deal. Yay, I'm glad you're wearing it. So they're showing it on the display. I doubt it's going to have AirPlay support to broadcast out. I could be wrong. The iPhone is required with an Apple Watch.
Huh.
It's required.
Well, that's not good.
Or is it? What does Apple care? Apple sells hardware. They don't care.
Yeah, but...
Dad, this isn't Google. This isn't Microsoft. This is Apple. Where does Apple make their money? Why do I got to explain this to you? Do you not listen to the things I've been saying for the past 5 years?
Evidently not.
Apple doesn't care.
Yeah, but what if someone wanted to watch but not a phone?
Well,
And-
wah. What do you want me to do? That's Apple's business model. Don't get mad at me. I'm not Apple. I can stream.
They might hurt themselves this way.
There's a swipe to pan effect. So you can tap on an app to launch it. Watch faces could be customized. I'd assume there's going to be a dedicated app store for the watch, but not necessarily viewable on the watch itself. Much like the way the Pebble's managed. Customize your watch faces easily. You could customize appearance and functionality of various faces. Force touch. So instead of like a press, force touch. Change colors easily. Change functionality, change data. So the crown is one of the... we'll see how well this works in a usability standpoint, but may take some getting used to, because you got a touch screen and also the dial, the digital crown. Ha! So this particular watch face shows you where you are on the planet. And then you can see the current moon state. Or phase, sorry.
As opposed to looking up.
What if you can't see it? The moon's not always overhead. I have to explain simple astronomy to my father here. I don't know. Way to go, Copernicus.
Yeah, when's the last time you needed to know the moon phase?
You'd be surprised.
Oh wait, am I putting?
You can see the position of the planets. Just showing examples. Obviously, this is not going to be a selling point for it, but...
Astronomy type stuff. Or astrology, whatever you say.
Now, see, this is a bigger value. You know, you talk about you can only get the iPhone or the Apple Watch with an iPhone. You're talking about that. This is another value to Android Wear. Android Wear has an opportunity of being more cross-platform than Apple. They have a selling point against Apple. Whether or not it works in the marketplace, it's anybody's guess. Microsoft had the same argument with licensing Windows for years. So he's showing as he's swiping through the various faces of the watch.
So it communicates with the phone somehow.
Yeah, see... Pirillo 2006 says the interface looks hideous. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of the interface right now. And it may be the font that's throwing me off. I'm not a fan of that font. Then again, I'm not a huge fan of Helvetica New. Now they're playing Coldplay. Is that a new play? So they have AirPlay, CarPlay, and Coldplay? So they're widgets. Hang on. They give you feedback on the wrist. So imagine if you get vibrations on your wrist for something. And you would know by the vibration
we were talking
what
about
was happening.
That,
yep.
Waking someone up that way.
So they've got a notification that came in, likely by way of email. So he's going to be able to take action on it. So he's showing it how it works with a calendar invite. Taps accept. Someone sends a message, you get a notification. See, hopefully we'll be able to toggle some of these things, because I don't know if I really want to see a lot of notifications on my watch. Quickboard. Oh, why is that not emoji? So quick replies to something. Much like they've built into iOS 8, simple replies, contextually relevant. No keyboard. I'm not seeing any keyboard here at all.
You wouldn't see it if it was on there.
Well, you'd be able to reply by audio. Animated emoji. Ha. So animated GIFs, basically. Hands, hearts, faces.
3D.
Yeah, 3D face. Wait, so you can change the face of the emoji? Hang on. A winking emoji? He's just tapping the face and changing what it is. Okay, it's gimmicky. That is such a freaking gimmick.
He's having fun with it.
And then he sent the animated emoji. That is such a gimmick. It's funny, but it's a gimmick. It's like, to me, it's like the Facebook stickers. I like Facebook stickers. I have fun with those. To get back to the home screen, he's using the digital, what do they call it? Crown? Dial. Can we just call it dial?
Thanks, son.
So you launch Siri much the same way as you do on iPhone or iPad. You press get information. Now, so if Siri works on your phone or iPad, it'll work fine. The question is how does it connect? Is it piggybacking on your iPhone, Wi-Fi, 3G, 4G, what? Well, it's pretty convenient. I mean, I'd say that's somewhat convenient, but really no more convenient than pulling out my phone at this point. Apart from the sensors. I'm really interested in that. What does it give me more than annoyances? Photos app. My God, look at all those photos, hon. Or Dad. Sorry, I thought you were Diana for a second.
Me?
So the digital crown zooms in and out of the photos. Or you can pan around. No pinch to zoom, though. But you can tap to bring them in. So you've got your photos with you without having the phone out, necessarily. Maps as well. Yeah, they haven't said much about maps today.
Well, they had GPS on there.
So he's swiping to pan around.
But see, that would, on a small screen.
That'd be really hard.
Well, it would for me.
I'm saying, I don't know. I mean, it's nice to have, I guess, but yeah, I've got a lot of question marks. But then again, I just have yet to be impressed by a wearable or a digital watch, whatever the hell you want to call these things.
Have really good eyesight.
Well, but the thing, I don't know where this fits. I mean, other than I know on your wrist, but the sensors, that's the thing that's really gonna, to me, I think that's one hell of a feature. What does it do?
A Dick Tracy watch.
See, I don't think it's got they haven't mentioned anything about a camera. I don't see any kind of camera. Maybe it does have one. I don't know. Not that I think a camera would be all that smart on a device like that. But see, if you've got your watch out, if you need your iPhone for certain interoperability, why would you use your watch instead of your phone? Ian Clay says maps would be handy with GPS. Exactly. So it would be great with the GPS, but if you've got to tether to your phone, why aren't you using your phone? Why are you using your watch instead of your phone? If you have to tether to your phone for certain features. That's what doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who's confused there. Or maybe we are. Maybe we're the only two who are confused. Digital touch. Now this might be fascinating. Let's see here. So there's personal friends. So if I wanted to reach out and touch Diana, you could tap someone's icon, someone's face, and you could phone them, send them a message, or if you tap the face, You can send them like a touch gesture. Like draw, tap. This might get annoying. More than, I mean, this is a gimmick. What?
Price.
Yeah, price. Triple tap for going to lunch.
I mean, because if you're going to spend $400 for a phone, then turn around and have to spend another.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, think about where Apple makes its money.
No, I understand that, but still, someone's got to spend the money.
So it's interesting. It's cute, but not. It's. I don't know. It's still square. It's square gimmicky for me right now. I'm fascinated, but at the same time, you can send someone's heartbeat. That's really weird.
Well, not if you had a health issue, I suppose it might be.
Well, right, yeah, but you. I think you actively. I don't think it's. I don't know if that's
someone else, like your spouse, or if they had a heart condition or something.
I don't think that's really the use case for it, though. I think it's just more like
I'm just thinking that might be a use for it.
apps. See, even The Verge is saying the heartbeat sending thing either amazing or totally a gimmick. I just see a lot of this as a gimmick. App stores or an app store.
For just to watch.
Third-party developers. No, for everything.
I had a flying in my.
That's probably why it's iOS, or just for the iPhone, or would be with a companion to the iPhone. So your notifications, any of your third-party app notifications can be pushed to the watch, which is great because I have most of them turned off. WatchKit.
Oh, what's that?
Basically, it's for developers,
Oh.
so that they can create their own watch
Software.
apps for things that, Apple hadn't necessarily thought of.
Well, and those are the people that'll bring. I mean, they may come up with things no one's thought of.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Compass?
So like Twitter.
Does it have a compass? Now,
Oh.
to me, that'd be
Did
more,
it
make
have a
more
compass?
sense.
That's a good
Oh,
That'd make more sense
I don't
than
know.
the
I didn't hear
moon
anything in the
phase.
specs.
But that'd be a good one. It would be.
Yeah, better than a moon phase.
Yeah.
You could create apps that appear on the home screen. See, I would not want to watch Twitter on my watch. At all.
That'd be too
It's fascinating, but I just don't... I don't know. It's like if the phone was inconvenient for you, this would be great. If you wear a watch and you have an iPhone, this would be great.
What, meetings?
If you have a wearable, but if you have a wearable, wait, who doesn't use their phone for that?
Yeah, I know.
Now they're saying that some hotels are going to enable you to open the door specifically with the watch.
Oh. I'm not sure that's good.
Well, it depends. So it's just a different form of usability for a device.
What's that? It says 92.
Oh, they're showing some third-party apps, like saying here's what you could do, here's how it's valuable.
Well,
Like I said, to me, I think the biggest value is going to be in those sensors. What are they going to track? What are they going to be doing for you? Helping you track, I guess. I don't know.
What's that?
The health aspect, I think I'm most interested by. They're just showing like Nike and Pinterest and how different third-party app developers are using it.
I think that'll be their key. The developers.
Well, it will,
they
but as
come
well as anybody who has an iPhone, replacing a watch or trying something new.
What happens
I don't know.
cheaper than new.
I don't
Just to
know.
try.
Ouch. Health. Okay, so now they're getting to health and fitness.
Judy, you'd like this.
No.
So
Looks
this
like your
this is
Fitbit.
something that I'm interested in because I know I need to do more, and I've been looking for something that would help track things better than I did before.
And in order to track yourself all day, you have to wear the
You have to
watch
wear
all
it
day.
all day.
The Fitbit can go in your pocket, go on your
Right.
waistband, go on a shirt.
But
can go any place,
but-
and it's not on your.
but it's not but if it's only a pedometer, it can only go so far. If you don't have sensors that measure sweat, how do you know you're getting a good workout? If you don't have, there are different sensors that can bring you more valuable data.
I'm not sitting on the couch when I'm walking.
Mom,
so
but what I'm saying is that you're not going to have everything in one device.
It works for me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you don't know what other things you're going to track, do you have a heart rate monitor on there in your pocket?
Don't want one.
Okay.
What do I want a heart rate monitor?
How efficient is your walk?
Makes no difference.
Okay.
I'm not sitting on a couch.
Okay. Well, then maybe you just don't want to know more about what you're doing. Fine. This is it for you.
When I plug my Fitbit into the computer, it tells me all that.
Okay. And the Fitbit works 100% of the time.
As long as I wear it.
Yeah, as long as you wear it. I would say that about anything. Your phone works as long as you use it.
What's that round thing?
It's an app. It's showing you the efficiency of either marking goals or giving you a comprehensive view of your daily activity. Effectively, Mom, what you're doing is you're comparing a pedometer to something that has far more capability.
Now they're showing.
I'm trying to get the spec here. They're playing a video. It collects data like it's got an accelerometer.
What's that?
Custom sensor that can track your heart rate, measures intensity.
But see, it looks big there. Some shots
It can track how far you've moved by based on GPS on your iPhone at least. So not just highlight the quantity of movement, but the quality and frequency. So the activity app measures 3 daily goals. Just so it has basically goals to get you going. It helps you create goals for yourself. Calories burned. Gives you an idea about how active you are.
See, there it looks big.
Captures activity. So it's likely measuring sweat. You close the rings every day if you reach your goal. And there's a stand ring to help you minimize sedentary time. So it'll tell you how long in the day you've stood. A complete ring means you stood more than average, I guess. Workout app. Detailed measurement for various activities. Set your own goal. Based on calorie burn, distance, time. So it's granular goals. So you can see, at any point during your workout, how far along you've gone. So the fitness app on the iPhone lets you workout history. That's kind of nice. Shares your data with the health app, including weight, calories burned each day. It suggests goals. I'll be interested in hearing what some of the people who, yeah, like the sports and fitness, the trainers think about this compared to the competition. It's about like giving you more data,
Well,
more
really
access
not,
and action items on data.
it's really not a popular thing currently, is it? You don't see a lot of people wearing that
Oh,
kind of thing.
more than you'd think.
Really? Get where I wouldn't know what to look for, I guess,
Well,
really.
more than you think.
They got some of their problems solved.
So he sounds like he's about ready to wrap up here with the watch.
Price.
Walkie-talkie ability? What? Okay, now that's kind of cool. That's cool. I like that for Diana. Okay, that... As stupid as this sounds, that may have been the killer app for me. You can control your Apple TV. A viewfinder for your iPhone camera, so you can use it as a viewfinder. Walkie-talkie. See, I mean, hey, Diana, wherever she is, if she's wearing it, as stupid as that, those stupid things, those simple things are all I need.
Would you have to be on the internet for it to work that
Oh, you're always going to be on the internet. If you're not around your phone,
3G would have
or
worked on the 3G.
who knows. And it obviously supports Wi-Fi of some kind. 3 kinds of models: Apple Watch Sport, and Apple Watch Edition. Apple Watch requires the iPhone because it seamlessly works together with the iPhone. Like with handoff. By the way, there's a new row of icons on the home screen on the iPhone 6 or the 6 Plus. The watch is compatible all the way back to the iPhone 5. And they didn't say anything about compatibility with the iPad. They're saying specifically the iPhone. It's reasonable. It's reasonable. Now we'll see about the price, though. 500.
So that one
500.
must work independent.
300 to 500.
You think that's price?
What do you think?
I think they better come in around $250 for one of them.
Ah, starts at $349.
Oh,
$349. The inductive charging, it looks nice. Like a MagSafe adapter.
So you just have to
Slap it on. Yeah, it just clicks in. Available early 2015. This would have been a good Christmas buy for a lot of people. A lot of holiday buy. No word on battery life either.
That a start?
Yeah, I'm not. It'll be interesting, but I'm not sure. I'll try it, but I don't know if I'm really hip on
That's a big price
buying
for
one.
something to...
Depends on what you use it for. Depending on what you're trying to replace. Depending on what you need. Depending on what you want.
Well, that's
Right now, to me,
everything,
it's a market that's still searching for something apart from the sports.
Yeah, someone might use that rather than even the phone. Might replace
But
their
you
phone.
can't.
They could,
Not really.
if they don't need the talk part of it.
The integration between the
it's
two.
dependent. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, no word on connectivity or battery life here. And they went to price, so that tells me they don't want to talk about battery life or connectivity yet. Yeah, like I said, I'll see what the reviews say. I don't know if I'm willing to throw down $349 yet for something that I don't like wearing, you know? But like I said, I've been looking for a fitness tracker. I've been looking for something like that works well because I want to track my stats more easily. And I've never had a fitness tracker that I could use for longer than like a week. And I got frustrated with the horrific software. It was just a kludge. It was a pain in the ass to charge. Yeah, he's recapping. Cook's recapping.
They should have done
Hang
the
on.
phone first.
Apple Pay will work with the Apple Watch. So you'll be able to pay with your watch. Instead of having to pull this out of your pocket, you just go boop. He says everything you need is built into Apple Watch. Okay, so now they're moving on to OS 10 or the Max.
iPad.
Oh, maybe. Maybe not. Talking about iPad and the Max. But they didn't bring up Yosemite at all. Yet, at least. Oh, apparently there's one other thing he wants to talk about. We'll see. I don't know what anybody else was expecting apart from that damn watch. Oh, of course, their love for music. So they're going to cart a musician on stage.
So $349 and up. What
Yeah.
do you get for the end up then? So the gold one's probably the end.
$1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about their music, iTunes. Where's he going with this? They talk about the iTunes Festival. And he's talking about an iTunes Festival. Oh, they're bringing out a musician. Eh. This is where I kind of... I mean, I care, but I'd rather see a band live, you know, like live in person. Yeah, they're carting out equipment on stage. This better be Weird Al Yankovic. This better fucking be Weird Al. Weird Al. Oh, you too. Yeah, they're bringing out you too.
The band.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the end of the stream, basically. Hang on.
Well, what would
So U2's coming on stage. All right, so I would have loved to have heard more about iOS 6. I'm sorry, 6. God, listen to me. iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus. They kind of sped that along, as well as iOS 8, to kind of jump and spend a little more time on the iWatch. I'm sorry, the Apple Watch. Yeah, like I said, I think for me, it's more thinking of what I could do with that watch. And I've been looking to do, I mean, honestly, I've got a workout machine. It's been a while since I've done it. I've gotten on it. And I've wanted to track that more effectively or efficiently than I have in the past. And if Apple's watch does it, and people who have used various devices, give it a fair shake and kind of say, well, yes, if you have an iPhone, it would potentially be best in class. For the tracking features alone, there would be a greater possibility of me using something like that. But apart from the walkie-talkie feature, and I would only use that if Diana did. And Diana doesn't like wearing things either. She wears this little wristband, and that's about it. But they say it's elegant, but that's a big face for your wrist. Gimmicky. What's gimmicky to me is that little drawing thing. It's a little cute, or the animated emoji. That's gimmicky.
But see, on some of them, they look big.
Yeah, there are two sizes.
But they've got to be big to do what.
Well, to be able to see on the screen. So yeah, I was underwhelmed with. I mean, I'm whelmed. I'm not underwhelmed. I've been whelmed with just about every wearable. There was nothing that I saw that would make me say that. Yeah, I think everybody should be wearing one of these. I think if you've had problems with trackers in the past, depending on the rest of your lifestyle and what other products you have, it could make a pretty serious buy. But I don't know. But I said the same thing about every other wearable. I've had okay experiences with wearables. You know, there's been some interesting ones out there, no doubt about it, but nothing that I thought has been incredibly compelling that I thought I wanted to wear something every day. Good stuff. Every wearable has its ups and downs, but we just didn't hear enough about, I think, Apple's Watch today to know whether or not it's going to be a must-have for a lot of people. Especially if you're like me and you don't really wear a lot of things on you. I mean, I've got my wedding ring on, I got this little wristband on, and that's it. That's about it. So, yeah, I think I'm about done, and I'm pretty sure Apple's broadcast is about done, because typically when they start playing from a band or a band starts playing, they're done with the broadcast. They're not going to announce anything else at this point. I'm excited for a new iPhone, absolutely. You can consider me someone who would be hip for the iPhone 6 Plus, 128 gig, need my storage, and likely if only for the reason... yeah, more battery life, yeah, it's a bonus. A bigger screen, yeah, I guess that's kind of a bonus. I'm willing to do that, if only for the optical image stabilization feature itself. So I'm compelled to go that direction. I'll be interested to see how well that single-handed use works. You know, being able to draw software down, to be able to navigate. That's the thing. I don't know how it's going to feel in my hand yet.
It go up.
What do you mean?
If it went up so you could stay down here rather than up here.
Well, that's what you double click the home button and it comes down so you could reach it with your thumb.
Oh.
The question is can it wrap around your hand as comfortably? And I'm just for the sake of argument here. I don't have my. Hang on, let me grab my Lumia. So I can hold on to one of I can hold on with this with the Lumia here. I can hold on with one thumb. I can't reach all the way across the screen though with that thumb, and it's a little. Hang on. It's bulky there because it's an extra battery pack. It's a little easier when I've got my hand, I can wrap my hand around it somewhat like that, and somewhat navigate a keyboard or the screen single-handedly. With, let's say, the Note 3, it's a little wider than, my hand just won't go all the way across for a single-handed usage.
Note 3, will it?
I didn't get the exact dimensions, but I'm sure they'll be compared pretty well online at some point. Well, comparable, certainly. You've got larger screens, bigger batteries, and, well, with any luck, a slightly better experience for on-screen stuff. And like I said, that optical image stabilization for me, given how many times I've used my camera and could have used optical image stabilization, one of my primary uses for a phone, any phone, whether we're talking Android, iOS, Windows phone, it doesn't matter, is the camera. I mean, I always want to be taking pictures with it, no matter what I might be happening to do. Or happen to be doing, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and wind down and scoot on. This is pretty much the 2 broadcasts for today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, even through Apple's technical difficulties. I will be keeping everybody posted on the progress of Baby Pirillo, who I believe will likely ship within the next day. I do plan on having Baby Pirillo. I plan on getting the, 128 gig version of Baby Pirillo. What is that? But it's pretty lightweight, possibly about 7 pounds, the Baby Pirillo. And no upgrades, though, I don't think. I think it's just, we get what we get. No upgrades for life for Baby Pirillo. Hopefully here at some point in the very near future. We expect it within a day. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for all of your support. Hello to all of my Nomies and the Super Nomies. An extra special thank you for making these types of experiences possible. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.